All right, so let's go over IndyCar and preview the Indianapolis 500, which will be, fingers crossed, attending. The weather looks bad, but no one really knows what's going to happen. But let's go over what happened in IndyCar this past week. Penske dominated the entire qualifying. They've dominated the entire May that they've been there.
Just Chevy has dominated the qualifying.
They have. And Penske, they sweep the front row. They got McLaughlin on the pole, Will Power starting second, and Joseph Newgarden in third. But the big news is Kyle Larson starts fifth, the fastest a rookie has ever qualified at the Indy 500. And McLaughlin's the fastest qualifying run that's ever been at the Indy
Well,
500.
they say that, but Ari Luyendyk did one at 236 average speed.
I don't know.
It was some kind of different rules back then. He had like a larger turbo V8 or something.
Maybe they just kind of swept that one under the rug. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I think it was Ari Luyendyk. I might be wrong on that one, but yeah,
well,
they said that was the fastest qualifying lap ever, and
it was
for sure probably the fastest front row ever.
It was exciting. It was really good. It's also I can't remember his name. The British announcer that always does this stuff, but he gets all excited when this any British announcer does when they're racing. You go in the Formula One, they get excited. But yeah, that really made it really intense. And from what I've seen, everybody's been so impressed with how Larson has adapted to these cars, how he's figured out all these rules in such a short period of time. It does help that he has one of the best IndyCar racers of all time. Teacher. Yeah, Tony Kanaan.
I thought it was funny when they went to full boost for practice and he went 234 lap or whatever it was, and they're like, "What do you think?" He's like, "Well, thought it'd be faster than that." He goes, "I don't know, I just went." He's like, "Makes a lot of wind noise." He's like,
"Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of emotion out of Larson. No. I mean, that's not really."
He was like, "Yeah, I guess that's cool. I don't know." It seems like you're like, I'd rather whip a sprint car around a quarter mile,
Yeah. Well, very impressive on that. Those cars are good. They're going to be in contention. But the question is, can Chevy continue their dominance in the race, or will the Hondas figure it out during the race?
I think the Hondas are going to race a lot better than they qualify, because you're not going to be racing at 234, so you're going to be racing at 220s.
No, yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing is how does your car race in a pack behind cars, in front of cars, in between? And can you make it last 500 miles? It's 200 lap race at a really big track.
Lot to that, depending on what they can change the fuel mappings in those cars and go in fuel mode or full power mode. It does all kinds of neat stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how Larson handles going through a whole fuel, because they hold like 40 gallons of ethanol.
Yeah.
So by the time you run through 40 gallons of that car is really handling different. Hopefully the weather holds out. He gets some more practice, in traffic with different fuel loads and tire wears and scenarios like that. That's the main thing he's going to need.
Well, like I started off with, weather is the question right now for the Indianapolis 500. No one really knows. It's going to rain at some point, but the way the system is going through the Midwest right now, nobody really knows what's going to happen. It changes literally by hour. I guarantee I will check it right now, and it will be a completely different thing that happens on Sunday.
I've been watching Indianapolis weather, and their whole weather out there is just like really weird. It's sort of similar to Florida here, where they'll talk about rain. They'll show the map, and all of a sudden it just pops up. I mean, it's you don't see fronts come moving in from west to east or anything. So I don't know where this disturbance is coming from that they're calling for Sunday, but it could go anywhere from like a half an inch of rain over the weekend to 3.5 inches of rain.
Yeah. So it's the racing gods that don't want me to see a race, because
it seems like it.
I don't know how I got a beautiful day at Martinsville. I don't know. Probably because it was not that long of a drive. They're like, oh, we'll give them this one, but no, we'll make them drive almost 10 hours, and we're gonna make it.
Yeah, we drive up to Port Royal, it rains.
Yeah.
You fly down to Daytona, it rains. We drive Talladega, it rains. Snowed out at Martinsville.
Yeah, well, luckily we didn't even make it there. They canceled that in the middle of the week. All right, so here's the question for you this week. This is where the trivia pops in.
Okay.
How many Indianapolis 500s have been affected by rain?
12.
Right. Probably because you looked at the same thing I did. Now, out of all them, how many have been completely postponed?
3.
Okay, yeah, you probably same damn thing. In 1915, 1986, and 1997, and probably
So
2024.
yeah, I was gonna say, odds are pretty good. 12 times in 108 years, it's only been postponed.
And the one we decided to
one
damn
of
go
them it
to.
didn't race till Tuesday,
Yeah, that was
and
86.
they were letting everybody in the stands for free because nobody was
No,
there.
no, no. It would not be complete until the following Saturday, it says.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. And rain caused the 1940s race to be run under caution for the last 50 laps. That's weird. I just coast. We're getting it in, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So rain shortened. I'd be way more inclined to have that.
I want to see the beginning. I want to see the pageantry, the beginning, the start. If they make it to halfway and it rains, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Or if it rains overnight and then they start the track drying. I mean, they're going to have probably about 50 freaking Air Titans there. It's Roger Penske's facility, so they're going to make sure
they're probably already hauling them in from every NASCAR.
They're going to have it ready. It's going to be they're going to be prepared. I can at least say that. It's one of the biggest crown jewels. This is probably number 2 behind the Daytona 500. Maybe number.
Oh, I say this is bigger than the Daytona 500.
Well, worldwide, it's probably more famous. It holds more people. I'm just looking at the damn.
But like
crowd
you were saying,
right
like
now.
qualifying, like Mom really doesn't pay a whole lot of attention to that. We sat there.
Oh yeah.
Outside by the pool, we had that sucker on all day. It was a super fun day. That was like very exciting.
I've never fist pumped for freaking any qualifying runs, but as soon as I saw Larson locked into the Fast 12, I'm like, that's because if you start outside the Fast 12, you're probably not going to have a chance to win the Indy 500. That's realistically, that's not going to happen.
Yes.
I think people started in the 20s before and have won it, but that doesn't happen that
last year started back fairly far and won it.
Yeah, so now you've got him up there. What's he about to do? So there was a lot of people were pissed off that Penske conveniently swept the front row. They're like, oh, it's a series owned by Roger Penske, a facility owned by Roger Penske. It's his cars, all this. I'm like, I mean, just shut up. I don't think it's all. I don't think it's that big of a conspiracy.
Well, Penske's won more races at Indy than any other owner, so he's kind of got a handle on that place. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think
not real big surprising.
They go all in for that. So let's give our picks for the Indianapolis 500. We might still do our live stream, but we don't know how. First of all, if there's going to be a track left, we don't know if there's signal out there. We'll try to do a live stream for you on Sunday, but it kind of depends on how everything works out. But we were going to give our picks then, but might as well just give our picks now. So, who is your pick for the 108th Indianapolis 500?
I'm going to take relatively low-hanging fruit here. So I got starts in the middle of row number 1. I got Will Power.
I freaking quit.
Well, then Mom's pick, she's taking inside of row number 1, Mike McLaughlin.
This is stupid. I've got Will Power as well, because you're not going to see me pick Larson.
No, hell no.
No, I don't even. That should have been the other trivia question. I can't remember if a rookie's ever won the Indianapolis 500. I don't think so. I don't think.
Possibly Nigel Mansell.
Rookies.
And we're going to call him rookie. He was Formula One champion.
Oh. Juan Pablo, Elio, and Alexander Rossi, it says.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't Nigel Mansell.
Oh, by the way, if you saw Rossi's interview after qualifying, he's going to be racing the hell out of that car because apparently Penske's talking a bunch of shit to them. So he definitely wants to beat them in the race. That's a he's got a lot of motivation heading into this one.
Well, fun fact: Hendricks actually approached Penske to get Larson to ride, and then whatever he didn't work out for whatever reason, and they ended up with Arrow McLaren.
Well, I think it's working out fine. McLaren's actually got some special schemes for Formula One as well. I think that's Verstappen's car.
But how many cars?
No, it's not.
Are painted look like Larson's car when you're watching them go around.
Well, the one difference is his has a little more blue, I believe, than the other one, so you can kind of tell.
But shout out to AJ Foyt's car with the dude from the United States who sounded like he's Italian. I can't remember what his name.
Oh, yeah.
But the red, white, and blue flag car, that is badass car. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that dude was from like New England states or something. I was like, what?
And McLaughlin's car is pretty sharp as well, with the old school yellow, they call the yellow submarine.
Yeah, the old Pennzoil Chaparral car.
Like definitely. Yeah, that was definitely cool. All right, so that does it